If you are somewhat close to this guy's situation, do not trade. It is not the answer. So in today's video, we're gonna look over a communication that I got from the website. And essentially, if you are experiencing anything even remotely close to this, then trading is just not the answer for you at this point in time in your journey for reasons that I'm gonna go over. But I think that after I read through it, you're hopefully gonna say like, oh yeah, that's a pretty tight spot to be in. I've covered this concept in different pieces throughout past videos and such, but this one really kind of does a good job of showing a real life situation where it's just a lot of bad things going on. And this person's thought that trading may be the way out. It just isn't. Hi, my name is Bob. I live in Florida. A few years ago, I was hit by a car on my motorcycle. Now I am no longer able, due to the accident, I don't get SSI or any other benefits that I have paid into my whole life paying taxes. Now with no income, the well is running dry. I need to learn something new to make a living and save my home from foreclosure. Thanks for any opportunity to learn day trading. I'm available 24/7. Now, first off, this is just a bad situation. Getting hit and then no longer getting payments. And as in this person's words, the well is running dry, but they want to learn trading. They want to literally save their home from foreclosure. If that's not a tight spot to be in, I don't know what is. But let's think about things. They want to learn how to trade. The well is already running dry. They don't have any income coming in, but yet they want to learn trading. The first thing that I would need to tell them is not, yeah, hey, start trading, hey, do this. All these things that imply just start trading. No, the first thing that, and this is not for trading, this is for anything in life if you want to start to do it, what do you have to do first? And this person even admits it. They have to learn how to do it. So, what am I supposed to, how bad is it going to tell this person, oh, well, you want to learn? Well, here, I offer these training courses. Go and buy those. It's just, that person's never going to do that. What are they going to do? They're going to go off in the vast sea of random knowledge, the vast sea of YouTube videos, and then just start to try to find some information. And I'm not saying that's all bad if you have time. If you have time and you have a big bankroll that you can burn through as you're like, oh, okay, I guess that was a bad bit of information. Oh yeah, I guess that wasn't the smartest bit of information to listen to because it's all random. You don't know what the information is. But if you have time and if you have a bigger bankroll, then yeah, you can go the free education route, but you better be ready for headaches. And like I said, better be ready to burn through some cash, and I'll just leave it at that. But let's circle back. This person doesn't have time. Their home's on the line. Their well is running dry, and they don't have any sort of bankroll, right? Well's running dry. That pretty much says everything that you need. So time, bankroll, not in their favor. And in this case, if they do get into trading, it's literally going to cause them, or it could cause you if you're in a tight situation like this, where you have something that is on the line. In this case, I'm not saying it needs to be as dramatic as your house being foreclosed on, but if you have some sort of payment knocking on the door, hey, knocking on the door, the last thing you need to do is trading. The first thing you need to do is just get those payments, get everything back on track, and that's go get another job. Or get a job in the first place. Maybe pick up an additional job, deliver some pizzas, mow some lawns. For those of you that watch my videos, you've heard me talk about this time and time again. But there are scenarios where it would be so easy for me to sit here and be like, hey, I know you're in pain, but just buy this course. It's going to teach you what you need, and it's going to help you out of foreclosure. Oh, this talk about just an easy sale if I really wanted it. And the crappy part is a lot of people are going to jump right at that. But that's not how trading works. If you're under high amounts of pressure, whether it be from a time crunch or a financial crunch, trading, there's too much mental stuff already going on. It's not going to work out. And anybody that tells you otherwise is simply trying to get their hands into your wallet, into your purse, and get that money out real quick, because if you've been trading at all, you already know how mental of a game it is. So to introduce all these other variables such as a time crunch or a financial crunch, it is not going to work out. So if you find yourself in this situation, yeah, unfortunately, don't buy a course from me. Don't do anything of that nature. Go get a job, figure out a way to bring in some steady income, to bring in some reliable income, and put yourself in a better spot. And I realize this person was in an accident, so maybe they have some jobs off the table where they can't go and become a construction worker. But come on, there's lots of ways that you can get money, that you can work from home, and you don't need to be using, physical, forces in order to be able to generate income. Lots of stuff can be done now, especially with the internet in this day and age. And people can, whether it be, I don't know, point here being there's lots of opportunities online due to the internet where you don't need to, oh, I was in an accident, oh, I was this, I can't work anymore. Well, yeah, sure, you may not be able to physically work, but where there's a will, there's a way, and the internet has made that so much easier. So point here, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but if you're in a tight spot like that, trading is not the answer, and I don't care what course somebody has to sell you, or what, oh, buy my system and it'll get you out of this hole. There's a lot more to it than just that. So keep that in mind. And if you're not in that situation, great. Avoid that at all costs. But if you are kind of hovering between that sort of situation, get your finances in order first. Get your budget, get your cash flow in order first. And if that means, prolonging trading, pushing it down the road for a year or however long that may be, maybe it's just a few months, but trading to, fix those sorts of problems, especially, to get your house out of foreclosure or potentially foreclosure, definitely not the answer. So keep that in mind. You want to have as much peace of mind going into trading as possible.